what about when Dwelly got his catch against the Cardinals, right? Not the Falcons, I think it was the Cardinals. Obviously, he was right there. And of course,
that's
you want to talk about Dwelly.
That's the last topic. We can get right into it.
All right, there you go. There you go. I set you up.
the reason that I put Dwelly after this is because Dwelly did make a catch today in the end zone, and it seems to me that if he is going to make it carve out a role for himself, which he hasn't quite done yet. He was a super fill-in last year, but if he could have an actual role in an offense, the first thing he could do is be a red zone guy. He's 6'5". I think he arguably has the best hands on the team. His hands are fantastic, and he has that wiggle that you need in the red zone to get open. He can make contested catches. I think the question, not what I think. Do you guys think Ross Dwelly can become an actual red zone weapon for the 49ers this season? Who wants to start? Leo or Marco?
I was pointing to Marco.
Marco, you're right.
I think he's going to carve out a role, but I don't think he's going to carve out a red zone role. I think he's actually going to step up and be a number 2 tight end for the 49ers now. I think he's going to have that red zone package where they roll out George Kittle and Ross Dwelly, but I think he's going to have more than just red zone. He's better than the Jordan Reed that they signed, because Jordan Reed, you have to be careful if he takes a big hit. And how does Kyle Shanahan like to use his tight ends? Over the middle, because that's where Jimmy Garoppolo loves to throw.
Okay.
I mean, I could see Ross Dwelly kind of getting a bump up in usage in the red zone, kind of like what Tyler Higbee did with the Rams last year. They kind of remind me of each other, just physically. Tyler Higbee's a little bit bigger, but I think Dwelly has the talent. Higbee started the year last year as the number 2 tight end with the Rams too, behind Gerald Everett, and then was able to jump on. I'm not necessarily saying he's going to – I think Higbee had, 8 touchdowns last year? I don't think what was it? 3 touchdowns in the red zone last year. But I think Dwelly can still definitely have at least more than he did last year, which was 2.
Right. In the same game, right?
Yeah.
Same game.
Yep.
I don't think he'll just be specifically a red zone role, but I could see definitely his usage being higher up there. Because now all of a sudden he put 22, 13 personnel, and it's like, well, who the hell cares about Ross Dwelly? And then boom, it just sneaks by you, and all of a sudden, dink, he's there. So it's a lot of great little chess pieces you can play around with. I wrote last year when Kittle went down, I said, hey, look, the 49ers, they lose Kittle, and that hurts, but it could be a lot worse options out there than Dwelly. And Dwelly is not a bad backup option. I know he's not, obviously sniffing near the production value, but he looked like a decent safety net for those 2 games that Kittle was out. And now, look, he's doing great in training camp. And if Reed definitely still doesn't get out there, which now looks like he's most likely going to be a number 3, if not booted off the practice squad or just booted in general, then, yeah, you got Dwelly out there because he can block and he can prove useful as a receiver. So you have a lot of what you can do there, play with.
Sorry, Grant. Don't fire me. Don't block me on Twitter. But
too late.
No, he's not going to be a red zone role, and I don't think his usage is going to be as much as we're all saying right now. He'll probably top out and maybe 10 catches, maybe. Because if I look at the wide receivers, Jimmy loves Trent Taylor in the slot, so he's going to be your 3rd wide receiver on the field. You have 3 receivers on the field. You're not going to have 2 tight ends. I think they would want to use the receivers more than they would want to use Dwelly, because you have Debo, you have Ayuk, you have KB, you have Trent Taylor, and should I say Dante Pettis now? I think that's safe to say Dante Pettis now, right?
I'd say Dante Pettis.
Okay, so now you have 5 receivers that are building trust with Jimmy Garoppolo that he seems to all like now. All like, maybe. Pettis.
Sure.
But so you're going to have you have those targets that are better options than Dwelly is in the receiving game. That's just what it is.
Better in the red zone?
KB.
Here's the thing. If you don't mind, please allow me to retort. I feel like Kyle Shanahan has been looking for big receivers that he can use in the red zone for a couple of years. Jordan Reed is that guy. If he's healthy, he's the guy that Shanahan's going to be calling passes for in the red zone, not Kittle. Juwan Jennings can't get through. So if you're looking for the big red zone specialist, that's Dwelly. To me, what he's shown is he is the tight end version of Kendrick Bourne. They have the exact same strengths. Dwelly's hands are even better than Kendrick Bourne's. They have the same exact wiggle, the same exact ability to create a little bit of separation, the necessary amount Neither one is going to get you much after the catch. Neither one is scaring a defense in the open field, but inside the 6-yard line, I mean, one guy's 6 feet, one guy's 6'5". I really think that, I mean, sure, Trent Taylor's shown that he can do a little bit in the red zone too, but he's 5'7". Yeah. I think in that specific area of the field, why not? Because that's what Jordan Reed can do. He's a big dude who gets open like a little dude. That's Dwelly.
And I would even say that I think Kendrick Bourne might even act as a bit of a decoy now too, because people are going to be scouting him and saying, hey, he excels and dogs defenses in this red zone. Kittle's Kittle, so let's worry about him too. But hey, we know he likes to go to KB.
Exactly.
So then that's what better time than to start elevating someone than Dwelly. I mean, it can't just be, copy and paste from years before. Someone's got to step up, and Kyle Shanahan likes Dwelly. And so I think I still don't think he's going to be like the feature red zone guy. It wouldn't shock me though. But I think in terms of raising up the reps and getting him more looks, and maybe even someone else, that's definitely what they want to do. Jerick McKinnon, I can't even see if they do in shotgun mode and just let him run out on a Texas route. But there's a lot of options they can go there.
You remember in 27, real quick, you remember in 2017 how Garrett Selleck became a little bit of like a secret weapon, and it was a joke. Once a game, Selleck time was coming, and it was either going to be a touchdown or a big play. But the whole idea was when they least expect it, we'll get him wide open. And Dwelly is just a better player than Garrett Selleck was in 2017. So I wonder if Shanahan brings out that part of his playbook again.